Welcome back to episode 20 of the Cleveland Benchwarmers podcast. We are your hosts, Jacob,
Sam, and Baden.
And today you might have noticed the beloved logo is not on your screen. And that is because we are doing a Round 1 2022 NFL mock draft sim. No, not sim. Just a mock draft. We will be going through the order and making picks for all 32 teams, except not all 32, because they don't all have a first rounder. Some have multiple. I kind of screwed that up. So, anything we want to say before we get into that?
I love you all. Go follow our socials also. Spotify, YouTube, Twitter.
Link in the description.
Right, Jacob?
Yes. And shout out Indianapolis Colts for freeing Matt Ryan from the Atlanta Falcons. That's all I have to say.
That's true.
Without further ado, Baden, do you want to start with the first overall pick?
Yes, I do. There's actually a lot of ways the Jaguars can go with this. I don't think you could really go wrong, or you can go wrong, obviously. But I am going to go with Ikem Ekwonu, the tackle at NC State, number 1 overall.
Wow,
Ooh.
that's bold, but I don't hate it. Bam.
It's a little bold, but I think he is the best overall offensive player in this draft. And he gives them, not only can he play tackle, he can also play guard, both at a very high level. The Jaguars need to protect Trevor Lawrence. I don't see that as a bad first overall pick.
I kind of like that. I mean, he's a freak of nature. His 40 time,
Yeah.
that's insane. I think he's kind of usurped Evan Neal as the forefront offensive lineman in this class.
Yeah, I agree. I'll go next because I want to see what you guys have in store for the Jets. I can't just keep on making homer picks.
All right.
So I'll take the Detroit Lions. So here's what I really wanted to do. I came into this thinking I was gonna screw everything up, and I was gonna take a quarterback. I'm not going to take a quarterback.
There's no
They're
way.
going to take a quarterback.
Ooh.
No, they're going to take a quarterback next year because there's another year off the Jared Goff contract, and the class is just stronger next year. I think that the only way for them to go here, keep the Michigan guy in Michigan, Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, that's respectable.
I like that.
We've talked about him before on the pod. He's the second coming of J.J. Watt. You know, Hutchinson's a beast.
I don't want to go that far, but he plays similar to JJ.
You have to compare, even if you, obviously I don't have 100% certainty that he's going to be the next J.J. Watt, but when you need to compare a prospect to someone, you compare them to who you see them being.
I like the comparison.
I think really
when you say that, I think when you say the next,
okay. I think really when you talk about a prospect, the player you compare them to is their ceiling, I think. And so for me, that's J.J. Watt. So, I am up now with the Texans. Sam is smiling at me. I think this is a relatively easy pick. Let's go with the best.
Really?
What?
This is actually a more difficult pick for me. According to PFF, they need every position. I don't understand
That's true.
how
They
you're
do.
okay with.
They do. They do need every position.
Except for the greatest quarterback in a generation, Davis Mills, the redhead giraffe. That was right on the spot, and I think that's an A+ nickname.
So I'm going to go with a guy who was basically a consensus number 1 pick just a few months ago, and that's Kayvon Thibodeau. I think the Texans are very happy to take him there at 3. He's the best guy available, and that's the bottom line. Now I have the Jets at 4.
You do have the Jets at 4. I'm judging you right here. My eyes. Look into them.
This is kind of obvious to me.
So I think what I want to say is Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton is the safe, easy pick. Replace Marcus May, give them elite safety play. His TikToks are very funny. He's a very great defender. And I'm going to go with Kyle Hamilton. I think what the Jets will actually do is something stupid because of the Jets. But
wow,
we left that behind. The whatever the guy's name,
Gase?
McGanahan? No, the GM during that year, during those years, he was stupid. And Gase was a different kind of awful. But we left our stupidity behind. It's okay. That's all I have to say. But I like the pick. I think it's a good pick.
All right. And then, Sam, you are up with the Giants at 5.
Number 5.
I'm going to take... Okay, so here's where the Evan Neal debate comes in. So Evan Neal is, like, athletically very good. Like, he... off the charts. But raw athleticism for offensive tackles has not always worked out. Because they can dominate at a college level, but they have a tough time transitioning to the NFL. I think we've seen this a couple times in recent years. So I'm going to go with a different tackle. I'm going to go with Charles Cross.
Valid.
Whoa.
I don't know. I think it's reasonable.
Okay.
I don't know. I would probably take Evan Neal.
I have a hard time with thinking Cross will go ahead of him, but Cross is still really good. I have the 6th pick, I believe, with the Panthers.
Yep.
Cross was the player I was expecting to take, but I think if Evan Neal somehow, some way is here at number 6, it's a no-brainer pick for the Panthers.
Yeah. All right. Panthers,
I don't really have much more to say about that. And then the Giants are back on the board at 7, and there's a lot of ways they could go with this. I don't think a corner would be too bad. I don't think an edge rusher would be too bad. Kyle Hamilton's already off the board, so
I think really it boils down to
that's kind of about
like, do you want a corner? If you don't want a corner, you take George Karlaftis. If you want a corner, who's your CB1? Is it Gardner or is it Stingley?
I think my CB1 is Sauce Gardner, and he's going to be my pick here. James Bradbury, there's been rumors of him not being on the team next year. You got to replace James Bradbury. He's a big part of the defense. Even if he didn't have the year that he did in 2020, he was still pretty solid. And Sauce Gardner, with his size and ability, I think he's obviously CB1, and the Giants get a great player there.
Yeah, I agree.
W pick.
That's good. And then, Sam, you are up with the Falcons.
Then it comes to me. I was talking about this earlier today with Baden. We were sitting together at lunch. This is where the first QB goes.
You're taking... Oh, my God.
This is where the first QB goes. I just traded away...
strongly disagree with this.
Look, it's a boring draft if bad QBs are not taken higher than they are supposed to be. So I'm making it interesting. This is for entertainment's sakes, folks. I'm doing this for you, viewers. We'll move past that. I'm debating over who the QB1 is, but it's a guy I've been high on all the year. Malik Willis just threw a 70-yard bomb earlier today at the Combine. I think
Pro Day,
sorry. I don't think that there's any possible way that he shouldn't be the first guy taken off the board. Malik Willis to the Falcons.
This is a hot take that I have, but I thought, to me, they were better off taking a quarterback with Matt Ryan on the team and then now trading him, which sounds weird, but here's this. I think at 8 and Malik Willis is there. You still have Matt Ryan. I think you still pick him. It allows Malik Willis, who's a little bit of a raw prospect, to sit for a year on the bench, learn like the NFL and how to kind of run the offense in the NFL. And then you trade Matt Ryan next offseason, or he may not have as much value, but he's definitely not nearly as expensive to trade as they take on a $40 million dead cap hit. I think now I'd probably lean towards an edge rusher, George Karlaftis, Jermaine Johnson, or a receiver, Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Traylon Burks. So that's just me personally, but Malik Willis, I guess I don't mind.
What can I say?
I'm a Mariota fanboy. That's the truth.
Oh, there it is.
Mariota.
One more time.
Mariota. I'm a Mariota fanboy. I think Mariota has always deserved this second chance, and I think you let him play 1 year. That's why it's a 2-year deal. You give him 1 year, and if he's bad, he's bad.
Yeah, so that's why it makes sense for them to draft Malik Willis. That's your insurance policy. Marcus Mariota is like an average QB. He can be an average QB in the NFL, and then you let Willis learn from him. Another former, top draft pick.
Like you're saying, like
they do play very similar. I will give you that. Marcus Mariota and Malik Willis have striking similarities. I
just think if you're the Falcons, you take a bad year next year and you draft a high QB. You draft a Bryce Young, a CJ Stroud. Like they didn't sign Mariota to be a backup to Willis halfway through the season. The only reason that kind of worked on the Niners with Garoppolo and Lance was because the Niners were winning. The Falcons will not be winning next year. And so
Falcons
managing
are set up for the number 1 overall pick next year.
Yeah. Managing a 2 QB thing with a bad team it just won't work out. It happened to the Browns so many times in the 2010s. They had a vet and they had a young QB. And because they were losing, they felt they needed to switch it up, and that young QB always struggled. And that's why I think it doesn't make sense for them to draft a QB this high. But I understand I think it only makes sense if Malik Willis is your day 1 starter.
Which I don't think he's ready.
So who's got next? 9, Jacob?
Mm-hmm.
With the Seahawks.
So I have the Seahawks here.
Wilson trade.
And so, so I'm the Seahawks. And here's my thoughts. I need someone dynamic. I've just lost my dynamic QB, so I need a guy who makes things happen. And my guy who makes things happen is George Karlaftis. That's not even ridiculous. What did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going with Derek Stingley.
No, that was I'm pretty low on Stingley. So
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, Stingley's my CB3.
What?
Behind
Gardner,
McDuffie. Yeah, McDuffie's my CB2. If Sauce Gardner's there at 9, Seahawks should definitely take him.
Yeah,
I think he just fits with the Seahawks one at corner. But yeah, Karlaftis, I don't mind.
Karlaftis is a game record. He's not like
rush out bad.
He's not as pretty as Thibodeau, and he's not as dominant as Hutchinson.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just, he's a tier below them. But he's still such a great player. I saw this one clip of him he gets team tackle on him. Instead of trying to beat him, he just shoves him straight into the quarterback. Like that kind of creativity is what I want if I'm the Seahawks.
We're calling creativity just brute force. He's like,
that's pretty interesting creativity.
That's like calling Joel Embiid just like bulldozing people on the way to his basket. Oh yeah, that's a creative player right there. Oh look, he threw another foul.
Okay, sorry.
Well, genius, man.
It's the right pick. I probably gave the wrong reasoning. If you're a Seahawks fan, let me know in the comments, I guess.
Yeah, we're talking to one specific Seahawks fan at this moment. Who knows? Who knows who that is?
And Sam, you are up at 10 with your. Or no, I'm up at 10.
You're back up at 10. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm the Jets, and I'm gonna do a Jets. Yeah. I'm gonna do a Jets thing.
There's no way. There's no way you're actually about to do this.
He's taking Derek Stingley.
What do you think I'm doing?
I thought
he's taking Derek Stingley.
Okay, so I'm the Jets here, and I think the wide receiver 1 in this class is Garrett Wilson, but I have a young quarterback, a wild quarterback who reminds me a lot of Baker, and a wild quarterback does not need a little guy to throw to. A wild quarterback needs a guy like either Drake London or Treylon Burks. And my guy, who do you guys think? I'm just curious. Who do you think I'm thinking?
The Jets front office has been in love with Drake London all year.
There's no way I'm going to Drake London.
Yeah.
It's Drake London. I'm not personally super high on him, but he's basically a super athletic tight end. Like, the most comparable guy in the NFL right now is Kyle Pitts.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you would. I didn't really watch a lot of Drake London. I don't watch USC. So I thought he was just like this big body, just go up and get it type receiver, which he can do. But if you watch Drake London, he's literally Cooper Kupp. So if you go and watch Drake London highlights, you will see Cooper. It's a striking similarity. It's wild. He's a big slot basically. So I like Drake London. The Jets could use a receiver like him. I don't mind. I think there's better receivers, but I don't mind the pick.
I like the pick. I'm a Jets fan. I'd take Drake London, Elijah Moore, Corey Davis. I'm okay with that receiving core. And then, of course, CJ Uzoma, who I love. Big Uzoma fan. All right. Washington.
I'm up now.
Oh, wait, no. Is it you? Yeah, it is you.
Yeah,
wait, no, it's me.
It's you, Sam. It's Sam.
Yeah, it's me.
Sam has Washington, and then you have Minnesota and Houston.
Oh, I've been waiting for a while. I thought it was my turn already. My bad.
All right. So, Washington. They would have taken Malik Willis had he fallen here. I don't think there's another quarterback really worth taking this high. Like, who's Kenny Pickett? I don't think Kenny Pickett's their guy.
I don't. Yeah.
So this is a weird. If I'm Washington, I might trade down here. I don't know who would be willing to trade up to this spot. Maybe.
Probably the Steelers for Kenny Pickett, or I think that would be. People are thinking about doing.
But they do need. It's weird. I'm just going to take Devin Lloyd here. I'm going to go Devin Lloyd to the.
Really?
Yes.
Devin Lloyd. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. I think there's so many positions of need in line. I know linebackers on their PFF board, but I think they need a playmaker. If I'm them, I'm taking Derek Stingley. I think he's fallen very far, but I can get Devin Lloyd. I would have taken
a corner, or I guess for me, I'm not too worried about the position he took. I'm worried about the player at the position. Devin Lloyd played pretty well at Utah. Didn't test particularly well at the combine. I think the Kobe Dean's clear-cut linebacker one. I'd have went to Kobe Dean, but that's just me. But
I also
don't
think
mind the pick.
Teams don't like to take the same position 2 years in a row in the draft, and they took Jameson Davis last year.
Unless you're the Cardinals.
That's true.
In 2018,
unless you're the Cardinals.
That's true. But I think they'd
they
much
didn't
rather
give Rosen a chance.
I think they'd much rather give Jameson Davis another year to develop than take another linebacker. But, Devin Lloyd isn't a horrible pick. And now, Baden, you have Vikings and Texans.
Minnesota and Texans. Houston, Minnesota, I think this is obvious. Trent McDuffie to the Vikings. They badly need corner. It should be number one that PFF has on their board. I can't see the board at the moment. But Trent McDuffie, very good man corner out of Washington. He honestly profiles better as a slot corner, but still plays really well on the outside. But I like Trent McDuffie a lot. And for Houston, we went Kayvon Thibodeau early on in the draft. I mean, this literally could be anyone. Houston needs anything that they can get. Kind of looking at the board here, it's like, I don't think a playmaker would be particularly bad. I think I'm gonna go with Garrett Wilson for the Texans.
W pick.
I kind of like that. That's like
how many years do they have Brandon Cooks on contract for?
Probably
it can't be too long. Yeah.
I think it's probably 2 more years. Brandon Cooks seems to be traded anyways, everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd because he's a really good player, but he was on Patriots, Saints. I think he was on the Rams for a bit too.
Yeah, he's been like an 1,000-yard receiver on 4 different teams. It's been absolutely wild.
Yeah. But, Brandon Cooks, Garrett Wilson, it gives, a little bit of help to Davis Mills, who is a quarterback who's obviously going to be QB1 for Texas. You would hope to see him take the next step, and putting a playmaker like Garrett Wilson on that team would help that.
Speaking of Davis Mills for a second, sorry. I need to present my study on the Tyrod Taylor effect. All right, so Tyrod Taylor, we all know him, we all love him. Tyrod Taylor has jump-started the careers of not 4, but soon to be 5 QBs. Let's take a step back, all right? So, Tyrod Taylor in 2017 plays good, but not well enough for him to earn another starting spot. So, he leaves the Bills in free agency. They draft Josh Allen. He then signs to the Cleveland Browns, who've just taken Baker Mayfield with the number 1 overall pick. Tyrod Taylor is supposed to be their starter, gets injured against the Jets. Baker Mayfield comes in, takes over the starting spot, never to be relinquished until, of course,
never, ever.
Just now. Then he goes to the Los Angeles Chargers. Right? It is the Los Angeles Chargers?
Yeah.
He goes to the Los Angeles Chargers. Stays there for 1 year. Then the next year, like the doctors puncture his lung or something, they jumpstart Justin Herbert's career. Then he goes to Houston. He's their starting quarterback for 6 games. Then he gets injured. Davis Mills takes over. Now he's going to the New York Giants. Quarterback controversy there? Maybe. But here's the even more interesting thing. All right? There's a pattern with the quarterbacks whose career he jumpstarts. It goes good, average, good, average. So, Josh Allen, great. Baker Mayfield, average. Justin Herbert,
mid.
Great. You're mid, Baden. No, you're Bay.
Hey.
Sorry.
Wow.
Davis Mills, average. So this is my hypothesis. Daniel Jones is about to throw for 5,000 yards this year.
Oh my god.
Clip it right
My
now.
hypothesis is that you need some common sense because Daniel Jones is bottom 5.
That's the worst take that's been said on this podcast. I'm not gonna lie. That's worse than my Josh Allen and Mahomes are the most physically gifted QBs ever take.
That one's not even bad.
That's what other bad takes have there been on this podcast?
There's been some awful ones. Well, let's not forget me forgetting that Will Chamberlain's been dead for 30 years.
That's a classic.
Colorado. Some of y'all had Colorado State in like the Elite Eight.
Can't imagine who would do that.
Pretty bad.
Disgusting.
Yeah. But yeah, that's interesting. Anyways, pick 14, the Baltimore Ravens. Sam, I think this pick to me is
I mean, I don't know who you'd be thinking about. I'm kind of split here, but because I wanted a cornerback here, but
Derek Stingley's still on the board, by the way.
I personally, again, I feel like if Baden hadn't just taken Garrett Wilson, I was going to take him. This was like they have Hollywood Brown and Mark Andrews.
Yeah, and they have Rashad Bateman.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you can't sleep on Rashad Bateman.
He was injured for the first half of his rookie year.
I don't know. I'm kind of stupid at mock drafts, so I'm gonna go with. Where's Jordan Davis? Jordan Davis hasn't been. I'm going with Jordan Davis here.
Ooh.
Jordan Davis to the Ravens. Interesting. Not bad.
I don't know if you guys remember the last mock draft we did, but I said Jordan Davis to the Chargers has to happen. I think it still should happen. It's just that I don't know if Jordan Davis is gonna fall to 17 after his combine performance.
Yeah, that combine was crazy.
If the Browns still had pick 13, I think he goes 13. The Browns desperately need defensive tackle help. But yeah, his combine was crazy. I think Jordan Davis is a really good pick. The player I was hinting at, Sam, for the obvious pick was Trevor Penning. I thought Trevor Penning, he fits exactly what the Ravens want at an offensive lineman. Tough, mean, physical, plug-and-play right tackle. I guess they did just sign Morgan Moses, but I don't think Morgan Moses should stop you from drafting Trevor Penning.
Oh, yeah. Trevor Penning, he looks like he plays the game the right way. Sneaky athleticism. This guy, he's got a high game IQ. I think, I'm going to say it. I'd let this guy date my daughter. I know it might be controversial, but...
That's very controversial.
First and last out type,
Oh, my God.
But yeah, Trevor Penning just plays mean, physical, smash-mouth football. And for a guy like me, that's the guy I want on my football team.
All right, so we got Sam. Have you actually made your pick for the Eagles?
It was Jordan Davis or Eagles. Oh, Sam has it's your pick.
Oh, it is my pick. Okay.
He never has back to back.
So I'm the Eagles.
Eagles back to back.
Right. Okay. So I'm the Eagles, and it's just best player available. I think it's Derek Stingley. They have the next two. If they don't take him here, they take him in the next one. I'm not super worried about that.
They only have one.
Trevor
Penning just went to the.
What?
Did I skip somebody? The Houston Texans just took
Garrett
Wilson.
Ravens, Jordan Davis.
Then the Eagles, Trevor Penning.
Oh, okay.
No, that was me. Sorry, that's my.
It's fine.
I just skipped somebody.
So Penning to the Eagles is fine. I am the next Eagles pick, and I'm still taking Derek Stingley, so no biggie.
Penning is not a. Did you accidentally click Trevor Penning?
That was my bad. You have both Eagles picks.
Oh, I already drafted Trevor Penning with the Eagles. Whatever. It's fine.
All right,
that's my bad.
Whatever. Eagles.
That's not a crazy pick. There could be worse picks.
At pick 16, I will be taking Derek Stingley for the Eagles. And then I have pick 17 for the Chargers.
No,
you have 15 and 16.
Yeah.
No, you're Sam. You're pick 17.
Oh, I'm pick 17.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I messed up and I fooled you. I bamboozled you into selecting Trevor Penning.
Oh. Okay.
I did a little bit of reverse psychology there.
All right. So Sam, you have the Chargers.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Jacob. I robbed you of your pick. That's okay.
It's actually not okay. I'm upset.
L. So I'm really trying to think here. This is tough. So if you're
this is a difficult pick.
So do you want? Because I know you were saying Jordan Davis. I'm going to go with Travon Walker.
I was about to say Jordan Davis' teammate.
I think I don't mind it. He probably profiles more of an edge rusher.
Yeah, he is.
Than a 2D lineman. Yeah. You already have Bosa and Mack.
Make it even more terrifying. The arms race continues. It's absolutely nasty.
I feel like
AFC West.
All right.
I feel like the pick the Chargers would actually make is they'd load up their receiver core, just because that's the Chargers' move to overload on things that they're already good at.
I think they'd either go Traylon Burks.
Yeah, I like Burks.
Or I'm not gonna lie, this might be a little bit of a reach, but Devontae Wyatt, defensive tackle out of Georgia, he's another big run stuffer. Not as big as Jordan Davis, obviously, but still very big. So I think one of those two players could go at 17, but I don't mind that Trayvon Walker pick. I got 18 and 19, so that's
Saints and then
the
Eagles.
Saints in the last Eagles picks.
Yes.
For
Come
the
on,
Saints,
do something crazy. Do something crazy, Baden.
I
do
kind of
something
want to do
crazy.
something crazy. I kind of want to do something like absolutely absurd right now.
Ooh.
It's not Kenny Pickett. They just re-signed J-Bo for 2 years.
God dang it.
If Sam didn't bamboozle Jacob into picking Trevor Penning, it's the obvious pick here because Teron Armstead's gone. I think I'm gonna go Traylon Burks. I'm gonna go Traylon Burks.
Wow.
I think whatever team drafts Burks is gonna get crazy value.
Yeah, I think the Saints desperately need receiver outside of. I mean, we don't even know, truly on Michael Thomas, but they desperately need another playmaker on that offense to help out Jameis. And then for the Eagles, Stingley, Penning. I guess Penning's more of a future pick, probably your long-term Lane Johnson replacement. I'm going to go with. I'm gonna go into Kobe Dean. I think he's fallen too far. He should probably go top 15. I wanted to go Jermaine Johnson, edge out of Florida State. He's like 270 pounds and can like move in space really well. He's absurd. He's probably fallen a bit too far. Even like David Ajabo, although he probably will fall because he just tore his Achilles. But yeah, I think the Kobe Dean adds on to TJ Edwards. They could bring in maybe Bobby Wagner, veteran linebacker. That's one of the better linebacker cores in the league if you're the Eagles.
Is that me?
Yeah, you're 20 with the Steelers. The storyline's there.
The storyline
is right there.
I made my storyline pick before. I went Aiden Hutchinson to the Lions. I'm keeping with the theme. Keep the Pittsburgh guy in Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
To the Steelers. You can let him sit behind Trubisky, but I don't know. I don't know if that's a competition.
It's not only the fact that he's staying in the same state, he's staying in the same city, playing in the same home arena.
That's wild.
It's like nothing's really changing for him.
Right.
Some people, they want to get out there and they want to see the world. Kenny Pickett's like, I'll just stay
Pittsburgh,
right here.
Worst place in the world.
Yes, we hate Pittsburgh.
So is you pick Pickett? Yes.
Yeah, I pick Pickett.
Yeah.
I pick it.
It's a good one. Okay, I have the Patriots and then I have the Packers.
Patriots pick is obvious. Or no, it's not obvious.
I don't know why you think it's obvious.
I have a guy in mind that like literally is perfect for the Patriots.
I don't have a strong opinion here. Like, there's no guy that I'm like, oh my god, I want him. So this is interesting. Because I have a pick that I've kind of liked for a little while that I'm not sure you guys will love. But I'm going to do it because I'm going to be true to myself.
Do it.
And that is, I don't know how to say his last name, but Lewis, either Sign or Cine from Georgia, safety.
Lewis Scene.
Yeah. I've liked Lewis Scene. I think he's a great safety. Right now they're working with an aging McCourty. So I'm taking him.
I like the pick. The guy I was thinking of was Andrew Booth. I think he's literally J.C. Jackson. He's my pro comp for Andrew Booth is J.C. Jackson. Maybe not the best. He's a good cover corner. Maybe not the best, but a good one, and has great ball skills. That's J.C. Jackson.
And then I am up again with the Packers. I think this one's not super hard. The draft is all about cheap talent, and the Packers just lost one of their most expensive talents in Devontae Adams. And they get not a filler, but a guy who can maybe do some of what Adams did, and that's Jameson Williams.
Okay.
Sam's
know why
looking at me
you're
like it's crazy.
I don't know. Who would you pick over Jameson Williams?
I mean, Jameson Williams he tore his ACL 3-4 months ago.
It was
Can't even.
more than
And
that.
he's on pace. I mean, he's on pace to come back and to be back like June. Really,
You could make an
Olave-
argument for Olave because he's also like
Yeah,
played
this
in
is-
cold weather.
Olave is what I'm going.
I mean, Jameson Williams did play at Ohio State. He didn't start, but he did play.
Yeah, but I'm just.
Olave
I
probably
think.
Olave probably profiles as a slot guy to me. I think Jameson Williams is definitely better. If you're looking for a true wide receiver one, Williamson is probably better. Or Williams. But I like Jameson Williams. He's my wide receiver 4. So.
All
All right, Sam. You have 23. I believe that's
Cardinals.
The
Yeah, that's
Yes.
the Cardinals. All right. This is where like my I'm trying. What is it when? What's the adjective for fraud? My fraudulousness. That's it. That sounds right.
You're fraudulent. I think that's.
Yes, This is where it shows that I'm fraudulent. It says PFF says that they need a center. I'm taking the best center in the draft, Tyler Linderbaum, unless another center already went.
That they don't.
Look, I'm just telling you what PFF says. I'm gonna go with Tyler Linderbaum.
They just traded for Rodney Hudson.
Rodney Hudson, more like Lodney Ludson, honestly. Made trade.
That's
trade.
That's just awful. It's just a straight up awful pick. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, it's my time. I think I have the Bills and Cowboys. I flipped order, but
Oh, sorry. Wait,
Cowboys.
who'd you take for the Cardinals?
Can we just skip past? I took Tyler Linderbaum.
Ah. Okay.
He's a great player. Wrong team. I guess you could play him at guard. I don't think he would be bad at guard.
Yeah, that's what I meant. When I said that, I was like, oh yeah, they should definitely change him over to guard. That was exactly what I was thinking, Baden.
Yeah.
Thanks for voicing my thoughts.
You're welcome. Cowboys. There's a lot they can go with here. I was all in on Jaquan Brisker until they re-signed back Jaron Kearse. I wouldn't mind a safety. Daxton Hill is my safety 2, so I wouldn't mind him here. Kyler Gordon would be interesting out of Washington. Offensively, I wouldn't mind a receiver. Maybe not a receiver. As big as the needs. Offensive lineman. I think I'm going to actually go offensive line. I'm going to go Kenyon Green out of Texas A&M.
All right.
W.
Kenyon Green.
Kind of play tackle. Definitely profiles better as a guard. He's your Connor Williams replacement. And
Does that mean you're the Bills pick? Yeah.
Jermaine Johnson. This is
Yeah. I think it's kind of easy.
obvious pick. Even though I like Greg Rousseau, they just signed Von Miller. I don't think you could pass up on Jermaine Johnson. Just really stack up on that pass rush. Yeah.
All right. And now, Sam, you are up with the Titans.
This is my pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's up? Which team is up?
Titans at pick
Titans.
26.
Yeah, that's a very interesting. Titans just seems to not be able to draft well. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
I'm going to go with I know that we were just talking about how he tore his ACL, but he was an absolute dominant force in Michigan. I'm going with David Ajabo.
Yeah. That would be. I think that's an interesting pick, just because that would be back-to-back years. They're drafting a player with injury concerns.
Yeah.
With Caleb Farley last year. But I think a player on the other side of Harold Landry is big time for this team.
Yeah. Jacob, you hear that? David Ajabo.
David Ojabo. Man, that video of Ojabo getting hurt and the guy walking past him was
Dude, that's disgusting.
heartbreaking.
That's absurd.
I feel so bad for Ojabo. I mean, like, man, that's tough. But I wish him the best. I hope his recovery goes really well.
Hopefully, he has a Cam Akers, recovery, and he's back on the field for the football year.
The reports are he's supposed to have a Cam Akers type recovery.
We can hope.
That's good. Hope it doesn't tank his draft stock too much, because that sucks.
Yeah, I think he'll go around this time, back into the first.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so I have the Bucs.
You do have the Bucs, with the worst, with the worst of all time, Tom Brady. Sorry, I meant Blaine Gabbert.
You're just a player hater, bro.
Mac Jones and Tom Brady just don't do it for me.
I wonder what's the similarities between the two.
I also hate that one guy, Jimmy Garoppolo. He sucked, but only for a couple of years. I like him now.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett was terrible for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really like Brian Hoyer either.
Well, I liked him. I don't like him anymore.
Kind of an L.
Cam Newton, glad he got onto the Panthers. He had a brief stint where he was not a great guy, but
yeah. I know this guy's kind of old, but Drew Bledsoe really got on my nerves.
Okay. Okay. So the Bucs are one of very few teams in the NFL who don't have a lot of pressing needs. They're a very, very, very complete team. I think. I mean, if you guys disagree with that, tell me.
No, I think that they definitely lost.
They're very complete. They definitely. They lost both their starting guards. So.
What was that? They lost Jordan Whitehead. They lost Jordan Whitehead to the Jets, right? He was on that team.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're just hurting for. They're very complete, but I think they're gonna struggle a little bit at depth because remember last year they had really bad cornerback issues, and that kind of ended up costing them.
That's what I was thinking. So I think for me it boils down to Devontae Wyatt or Andrew Booth, and I'm gonna go with Andrew Booth.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good.
I think it's just
that's a steal here.
Positional value. Booth will have way bigger of an impact than Wyatt will, and that's it.
W.
And then I'm up again for the Packers.
No, that is you.
What if they just draft Olave? What if they take Williams?
That's what I'm saying.
And then Olave.
That's a perfect.
That would actually be great. They'd have two good receivers for years at young guys.
You're telling me you're going to bring back Aaron Rodgers, and you're going to surround him with Alan Lazard and
Lazard isn't even bad. MVS is bad. Lazard is okay.
MVS he's gone.
So who's their wide receiver too? There's no way.
Equinemius St. Brown.
It's Amari Rodgers. Equinemius is on the Bears.
Oh, he left?
Yeah, he left for the Bears.
All right.
Still a good sibling rivalry with the Lions Bears. I like that.
I think we'll go to. Oh, okay.
No. This is I think it's just weird because obviously you traded away Devontae Adams, and Aaron Rodgers says he knew about that, but he knew about that. Definitely didn't.
So
I think you gotta draft a lot.
All right, so I think the rational pick is Sam Howell. They need another backup first-round quarterback for Aaron Rodgers. That's just the rational thing to do. I don't see why they wouldn't do that. So I'm going to take Sam Howell here. Yeah. I think Carson Strong is worth looking at. But Sam Howell's my pick.
Carson Strong.
No, I'm kidding.
Carson Strong got goal.
So viewers, in case you didn't know,
Carson Strong is funny.
2 years ago, the Packers took Jordan Love, and that kind of motivated Aaron Rodgers a little bit. So he's won back-to-back MVPs. I don't know.
Just a little bit.
So I'm not actually taking Sam Howell. I'm gonna make the Packers draft class controversial, and I will take Chris Olave. This will either go down as one of the best drafts in NFL history, like this quick retool of fast young guys, or it will go down as terrible. Like, why did you draft two receivers in the first?
Can't be worse than Jordan Love.
Olave, there's so much. I don't know why there's so much up in the air with Olave. He's still a really good player. There's no really concern with him. So
yeah,
it's odd. Alrighty, Sam, you have the 29th pick.
Yeah, so this is kind of an L. I was hoping for Olave to the Dolphins, but here, who do I take here? Honestly, let me mull this over for a second so I don't make an embarrassment out of myself. Let's give this a quick think. So Tua, they're not going to replace Tua. What was their new guy? Mike McDaniels. That's what I thought. And I don't know if Devontae Parker, Jalen Waddle, and somebody else. Who else is it?
Cedric Wilson. They just signed him.
Cedric Wilson. Is that really who you want to go in on?
He's not a bad receiver 3.
No, he's not bad, but I'm gonna go with.
I guess you got up there.
I'm gonna go with an offensive lineman. Just put some more protection around Tua. Bernard Ryman.
All right.
Ryman for
that's not too bad.
Well, I
heard a story that he's only been playing football for a few years now. He would come from Australia, started out as a wide receiver, bulked up a bit, moved to tight end, bulked up more, moved to offensive tackle, and has become a probable or a potential first-round pick at offensive tackle. So I think there's a lot of upside with that pick as well.
He's on that grind set, Sorry, there was no end to that joke. That was just bad.
30 and 31.
Chiefs and Bengals.
Chiefs and Bengals. This Chiefs pick is going to be interesting. I don't know. I'm going with Christian Watson out of North Dakota State. I don't know if you guys heard of him.
Oh my God!
I don't know.
That is such a horrible pick. Oh my God!
This is not a bad pick.
This is
Christian
a horrible
Watson
pick.
is going to rise. Christian Watson is going to rise. Christian Watson, if you watch this man play, is a spectacular player.
Oh my God!
And I understand you guys don't know who this is.
No, I completely do.
Basically,
I know he's an FCS guy. He plays for North Dakota State, which is basically the Alabama of the FCS. I'm sorry. FCS guys are third rounders.
It's wild.
He's not.
It's wild.
The Chiefs signed Juju. Their wide receiver core is fine. Why would they draft an FCS wide receiver in the first round?
All right. This is why. Basically, I understand they signed Juju. I may or may not have forgot about that. This is the thing.
Okay. Who knew about Rodney Hudson?
I still don't mind.
Everybody knew about.
I still don't mind the pick. I still don't mind the pick.
Horrible.
I still don't mind the pick. Christian Watson just gives them another kind of big body, which is something that they lack. Really good, really fast. He's kind of like if Marquez Valdes-Scantling was good. That's basically what he is.
Christian Watson is a guy you want your team to target on day 2. Christian Watson is not the guy who is the guy of your draft class.
I think he is going to rise and have potential first round hype.
Well, clearly not the potential.
I know it's wild.
It's going on to this receiver core. Jesus. I've made some L takes this pod, but I don't think that's
Alrighty.
Okay. My baby brother just walked into my room. Give me 1 second.
Yo, put him on the pod.
Elijah, do you want to say
Jacob's
hello?
little brother on the pod.
All right, put on the headphones.
No, what to?
Okay, that's fine.
What is the friends?
They're my friends. I'm doing a pod. Do you want to say hi? All right, come look.
Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, we got Jacob's little
These are the
brother on the
friends.
podcast.
Can you wave to them?
What? See, here at Benchwarmers Podcast, you're not gonna get we get we bring you guys wholesome content. You guys won't find this type of wholesome content anywhere else.
That's true.
That's why you should subscribe.
You subscribe. Subscribe for more of Jacob's little brother. We love that guy.
All right, Eli. Thank you for making your cameo. I think you have to take a bath now. Or you can just duck under here if you want. Okay. Oh, he's touching my keyboard. Yeah, come on. You gotta go take a bath. Come on. Yeah.
I get you Mickey. He's underneath the bed.
Okay. Oh.
That was awesome.
Alrighty. On with the draft.
He's still right behind.
He's still back there. He's still back there.
Wow! This was
Oh, Eli.
Wow. All right. You got your Mickey? All right. Bye-bye.
Aww, that was so cute.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Alrighty.
Should have had to make this pick for you,
Was that
honestly.
31?
Oh wait, no, this is.
Honestly.
I think this is still Baden.
Yeah.
Bengals, I believe, at 31.
Yeah, Bengals at 31.
Zion Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, you're definitely getting that offensive line in shape. I think your offensive line's almost set.
Yeah,
With this one, you already have Jonah Williams. You have La'el Collins at right tackle. You have Alex Kappa at right guard.
Teron Armstead to the Dolphins. Five years. 5 years.
Well, that Bernard Raymond pick sucks now.
How did you do the smoke in the pack thing? How did you do that? Smoking that Bernard Raymond pack. This Bernard Raymond back hit.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
Okay. Anyways,
yeah, Zion Johnson. And then the final pick.
That's me. So.
you got the Lions.
I know that we were trying to make this like a real serious mock draft.
Oh God.
You know that was like a real big.
What are you doing, Sam? What are you plotting?
Matt Corral season.
No.
It's not Matt Corral season. One second.
Not Matt Corral season. Sky Moore season. Take more small school receivers. I'm pushing the small school receiver.
Just because you don't want that.
Nah, Christian Watson is going to be a great player. Watch. Christian Watson, Sky Moore, Jalen Tolbert. I am pushing those three guys to get high second-round height.
You know, there hasn't been a kicker selected in the first round.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Sebastian Janikowski in the first round in 2000.
Matt.
Ariza's a punter, not a kicker.
Yeah, but this list includes kickers and punters. There hasn't been a special teams guy with a leg selected with every other special teams guy in the first round has had 2 legs. This guy has none. I'm going with Matt Ariza, 32nd overall pick.
Is he even on here?
Lions.
I can't even find him.
He is.
Oh, he is.
Gotta click special teams.
Matt
Matt Ariza.
First rounder, Matt Ariza. All right.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Let's just say Matt Ariza becomes the greatest punter in NFL history. Is that worth a first?
That's
round
not
pick?
even like.
I think it is.
Yeah, that's not even super unrealistic.
So, yeah, this is actually one of the questions I had for you guys. So, let's say you've got young Justin Tucker. He's back in the draft class. Are you willing to spend the first overall pick on him?
First overall. Which draft class?
No.
Is it this year's draft class?
And also,
And just any, like, miscellaneous draft class with, like, a good amount of talent.
No.
You're saying to me you're willing
not.
to sacrifice 18 years of elite kicking play?
I wouldn't take him number 1. I'd probably take him top 10 though.
So you're saying
Just
like
not number 1.
if I'm like the Falcons right here, right? And you're like, oh, there's Sauce Gardner, there's George Karlaftis, there's Drake London. You're okay with taking young Justin Tucker, who you know you're going to get 20 years of Hall of Fame kicking potential.
I think the problem is you're looking out for like your family and your home and your life, and drafting Justin Tucker gets you fired. That's it. Like you can't convince your front office.
Gets you unless everybody in the world knows what you're going to get. Let's just say, in this instance, everyone in the world knows what you are going to get. 100%.
Then yeah, it's okay.
I don't know if he still goes number 1 overall.
No, but think of how good of a story that is, right? You draft Bustin' Bucker, right? Our fake Justin Tucker.
I'm about to leave.
Number 8 overall, and the owner calls you up. You're like, he's like, "I'm sorry, you're fired." 20 years later, they're like, "How did you know?" They're like, "I knew. I just knew." What a great story that is to tell. Are you kidding me? I drafted the greatest kicking prospect in a generation, and I got fired for it? That's so sick. All I'm saying. I think we might want to end this off with a look on with a little update on our March Madness bracket.
Oh yeah.
So let me go retrieve it.
Last time I checked, I was doing worse than Grace.
No, you're third, right? You're third right now. I checked it just a little earlier. Let me go. Let me pull this up real quick. Look, I did not think, with the way that this season's March Madness has gone, I did not think it was possible for Grace to do any worse than she has. Like, it's been bad. It's been very, very bad. All right, Benchwarmer podcast group. All right. Currently, Jacob is in first place with 390 points.
Crown me.
I am in second with 330 points. Baden is in third with 320 points. And Grace is in fourth with 310 points. Baden, however, does currently have the most points left to score. So if he gets it perfect from here on out, he will win. I am second with 1370, and Jacob is third with 1310. Grace has 1230. And what else do we have to say? There's next episode we'll probably do playoffs, NBA playoffs, because those are right around the corner.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, kind of a dive into how that could go.
Yeah. I think we gotta smooch them goodbye.
All
Follow
right.
us on Twitter, Spotify, YouTube. Links in the description. We love you all.
Thank you guys for watching. Don't do it, Sam. I will mute you. Without further ado, thank you all for watching the podcast. We hope you enjoyed the mock draft. Please give us any comments, any revisions you would do. Just let us know, and we'll see you in the next one. Oh my god, I'm not ending it on that. I literally just can't. I have not hit stop recording because I will not let that be the last thing you hear. Fully.
I did it too as well.
Goodbye. End of podcast.